This is Brad, Jack of all ventures, master of none, but still better than a master of one. I'm trying to come up with a way to make some content that's relatively easy and still get my point across. So what I'm doing in this video is I'm going to do a video screen capture of my latest video that has got me probably the most attention of any video so far in my little bit, I won't say a brief YouTube career, but my fledgling, struggling YouTube that at this point, I'm still definitely doing it just for fun. And I will, at the end of the video, show you how much money I'm making. I think it'll be a good way to do that is through the screen capture. Anyways, I made this video, which has a modest 2,100 views here. Because I went to the Trump rally on Saturday night in Erie, Pennsylvania, which is now it's Wednesday, I think. So the next morning I made this video, and it's my most popular video so far. You can see here on my channel, my last video was a month ago, and I do e-foiling, and I'm slowly trying to start a side business, giving lessons on e-foils and selling those. But that's more what I really want to do. This political stuff is not really my thing, but at this point it did get me some attention, and I do like it a little bit, so I'm gonna roll with it some here. So here's my video. I'll bring it up, and mostly what I want to do in this video
2020 election
is
all of that around that stuff. So I got to see what the inner workings.
I'm gonna pause it, and then I'm gonna look through my comments, because this is my first experience of having this many comments, and I've replied to some of them. I'm realizing how much work it is just to stay up on all the comments. If you get very famous, there was 100 and some comments here, and some of them are my replies. So that's not even that much. I don't know how people deal with thousands of comments, but that's definitely a chore for the big time YouTubers. For me, it's a hobby. Clearly just a hobby, and I'll show you how little my channel gets me since I've been monetized at the end of the video. But so I'm going to leave this one here pinned. If you find this video, then you should be able to find my channel and look back, and you can read through that one. That was one of my early comments that kind of motivated me a little bit. Some of these later comments have left me kind of bothered by what people comment anyways. So I've tried to respond to a lot of them. I still can't respond to all of them, and so here we go. I'm going to read this first one. This is kind of a fun one. I had the same experience at a bullfight in Mexico. Horrendous. And I definitely agree with that. I just show my reply real quick. Yeah, crazy. I had no idea. Seems like half the people I've talked to in the last 15 years didn't realize it either. Bullfights are pretty gruesome what they do to the bulls. Pretty mean. It's the worst thing of anything I've experienced. I've never experienced dog fights or cockfighting or anything like that. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to have a bullfight in the United States either, with what really goes on there. Anyways, enough on that. The next one is, I was interested in what you were saying until you went off on the election fraud. Ridiculous. Mail-in voting has been around since the Civil War. Do your research. So it's nice how these people that write these comments are super confident with what they think and just tell me what to think. So I did write a reply that I was kind of proud of on this one. I'll read it through. I am sorry that this point causes problems for you. I believe mail-in voting is a great thing and was working just fine before the 2020 election. Please take some time and think about the changes that happened during the 2020 election. In Ohio, for the first time ever, I personally received an unsolicited form to fill out and get my mail-in ballot. I immediately realized I could easily get away with sending in my wife's as well. I'm kind of ad-libbing a little bit as I read this. These are my words, so I can change them a little bit, make them more clear. At least from controls that were in place from the Board of Elections. Whatever the Board of Elections controls were, I could easily put my wife's information in, sent it in, got her ballot, and received it in the mail, and voted the way I wanted, and put it back in the mail, and no one would have been the wiser except for my wife, who would have kicked my ass. I can promise you that. She does not want me voting for her. But if you had an elderly parent or something living in your house, yeah, you could easily pull that off. So, anyways, I'm adding in my own words on this one, because this one here I'm actually pretty feel pretty strongly about. So anyways, so when one party and the media tell me that there is no evidence, is no evidence of fraud, and repeat it over and over without acknowledging that there is some possibility of fraud, I begin to question their intentions in doing so. I am not saying there was widespread fraud like Trump claims, and I don't support what he says and does. However, the left claims there was no fraud. It seems just as crazy to me. We need to find the truth in the middle. Strongly believe that. I guess I ad-libbed quite a bit on that one, but the rest of them I'll try to read pretty much word for word. I'm not the greatest reader either. That was my point on that one. All right, next one says Trump's a criminal traitor until unfit to serve our country. Thank you for posting and sharing my experience. I guess I'll give that one a thumbs up. Yeah, I mean, I did try to share my experiences unbiased and honestly as I can. Everybody has bias, whether they want to admit it or not. And I will admit, currently, I do lean a little to the right. I haven't always done so. Anyways, the next one, Trump is a traitor and con man. The Republican Party is no longer conservative. They are authoritarian. Spoken just like the propaganda from the left. That they've gotten you thinking exactly what they want you to think. That's I'm saying I haven't seen this one yet before, so I'm just reading it for the first time. Anyways, if you are a conservative, you are considered rhino in their eyes. Oh, and the bullfights are a tragedy. Thanks for your viewpoints. Cool. At least I got the bullfight thing. I lucked into the bullfight thing because that's an honest experience I had. And just kind of made me think of one and done for both Trump rallies and bullfights. So anyways, I'm continuing to read here. Vote Democrat, at least until we are out of authoritarian woods. Edit. I watched more of this video. You shouldn't be voting either. Wow. They want to tell me I shouldn't vote? Who's being authoritarian? Sounds like... sounds to me like you're on the same side with the Nazis and white supremacists. Wow. Yep. See, I got no respect for people that talk like this. I really don't. If Trump would have been president, he would have given Ukraine to Putin. Jesus. Oh, you keep... Yeah. Please, less adventure and more knowledge. Oh my God. Well, I don't even... I might do a rare thumbs down. Those don't actually count for anything, but at least maybe they do push through. All right. Well, done with that dude. My brother is a Trumpster and cannot be persuaded otherwise. To him, like Trump, everyone is against the big orange man. He is whiny, saying it's Biden doing it to him, but Biden says nothing to do with getting the big bully indicted. It was an independent prosecutor who followed the facts and found a megaton of wrongdoing on Trump's part. I hope he will sit in a cell someday and wish he'd never run for president. All right. Well, I do remember seeing this one, and 8 hours ago. So early this morning, I replied to this one. And I said, looks like you might get your way. Oh, come on. Don't do that. There. I don't know if Biden personally has anything to do with Trump indictment, but I think it is foolish to think there is no political motives and it is completely independent. Reality just doesn't work that way. Yeah, and I fully stand behind my reply there. I think this is more stuff where it's just the left propaganda. I mean, and if you believe that blindly, which it might be true, I'm going to step out and say, I don't know what to believe because I don't personally work in any of these circles and know exactly what's going on, and nobody else does either. So if you're confident that what your propaganda machine is telling you, I think you're not thinking things through enough. You got to at a minimum, what I try to do a little bit when I do pay attention is listen to both sides' propaganda, because both sides have propaganda. And so if you're repeating one side's propaganda, I'm going to realize it and discount it and not really. If you got some other stuff that's original thinking, kind of like what I feel like I'm doing here, then I'll listen to you and try to see if maybe you're right and I'm wrong. But if you're just going to repeat their propaganda, I really don't need it. All right, next one. Bush in classroom kite, steel plane hit must. Watch this. I don't honor. See, maybe I should look through this and at least have some idea what's going on. All right, I'm not going to read this guy's stuff right now. This looks like a super long one that someone's babbling. No, it says Adolf Hitler right here. I don't want to read this now. Anyone that says fascism and Hitler, I kind of discount right away. All right, next one. Listen to a few good Democrats and you might be surprised. See, it's kind of interesting that I didn't see some of these other comments in the past. All right, my reply. I just replied to someone else that I just watched Biden's last speech in Philadelphia. Clearly, I need to find more good Democrats to listen to surprise me. Laugh out loud. Biden is a joke. No surprise listening to him. So yeah, I'll expand on that just a little bit. Last night when I couldn't sleep, the only other long-winded speech I've watched the whole thing of was Biden's speech in Philadelphia before the 2022 midterms. And that speech disturbed me greatly and gave me more reason not to like the Democrat. Oh, how do I get back to where I was? And I was going to try to rewatch that, but instead, as I searched for it, I got he spoke there a couple weeks ago, so I watched it, and man, I don't know. I guess he is more positive than Trump, but he can't speak. He's I don't know. He's not doing a whole lot better job than I am right now at articulating, as far as I'm concerned. I wasn't impressed. A lot of the stuff he says is false as well. It just doesn't get the scrutiny that Trump does. I do like Elon Musk and what he's done with Twitter, and Biden now gets community notes on him, which is something that never happened before. So I've seen it just a little bit on that. I don't know a ton, but I know a lot of what Biden says ain't true either. So if you're eating that stuff up, then you're no better than the people eating the Trump stuff up. And people eating the Trump stuff up, if you discount all the Biden stuff as well, then yeah, hopefully you get my point there. Both sides are bad. And if you're in either camp promoting this tribalism, that's what I see the problem is in our country. All right, next one. Because I need to, if you know any good, we'll go back to this one. If you know any good Democrats for me to listen to, comment that. I'll listen to a couple good Democrats. I don't know who they are. Let's see if I can agree a little bit more with the Democratic way. They have definitely lost me over the last 7 or 8 years. All right, here we go. The next one. I love the poorly educated Donald Trump. I guess that's a quote from Donald Trump. Might not surprise me. Hillary Clinton has done similar type of comments, and I mean, it's trying to rally me up again. Probably I'm sure this is almost all these comments are from people on the left. I guess maybe they like that I question Trump a little bit. I think most of the people I talk to that are even pretty hardcore Republicans don't really love Trump as much as the left thinks they all love Trump. But I mean, right now he's the only choice for the Republicans. So until somebody else steps up, and I so hope they do. I so hope they do this time. All right. Anyways, 2016. Prove it. I guess he said that in his 2016 rally. I'm glad you are waking up to reality. I've always been. All right. I'm adding in here. I've always been part of reality. This is another one of those ones I haven't seen before. But you are totally wrong about Trump and COVID. Okay, I am. He tried to ignore a worldwide pandemic and tried to force his opinion on America. Some believed him. See the opening sentence. I guess that's back to I love the poorly educated. Okay. You're entitled to your opinion there. I disagree with it. I think this is more somebody that believes the left propaganda completely, and doesn't realize that there are some valid stuff going on the right. Trump took it seriously right at the beginning, from what I understand. But the left wanted to shut down the borders and everything else. But of course, that's not a left position. Open the countries. I think Trump, from my point of view, I'm not near as risk adverse as a lot of people. Part of what this channel is all about a little bit is taking calculated chances in life and enjoying life. So when the pandemic hit, I did a lot of my own research on the pandemic, so I will talk a little bit more confidently on what I believe on it. And I really have a lot of trouble with the mandates and everything else that happened. That was even under Trump. And he curbed it. So, if we had a Democratic president at that time, and if that would have mattered enough for them to put some more mandates on us, I would have been very upset living in this country. And a lot of others that think like me would as well. So I think that comment's pretty one-sided as well. Let's move on. This is taking longer than I thought. This is one I've seen. I'll do this one, and then I might skip the one or two down the road. But making a longer video than I want. You're almost there. The last step of coming out of a cult is realizing that the enemies aren't real and the basic belief system is wrong. First step is questioning the leader and thinking, well, his ideas were okay, but he is just taking it way too far. Well, I thought he was taking it way too far before I even accidentally voted. I shouldn't say accidentally. I voted for him in 2016 thinking he wasn't going to become president, because at that time I believed the news. I thought the news and the media had some idea of what they were talking about. But 2016 was my wake-up call that the media tries to think they know what's going on in our country and tell people what to think. And then I realized that I'm not for that. But I knew Trump took it way too far all along. I didn't want to vote for him in 2016. But I did. So this is nothing new for me. Thank you for pointing out some simple basic stuff that I think I'm well beyond. So I responded on this and got a couple responses back and forth. I said, you guys and your cult crap annoy the hell out of me. I hate it when they talk cult. Really, it's just jealousy. In my mind, at the Trump rally, he had some supporters blowing some smoke back up his butt, and that part was kind of interesting to see, and I think it actually shows that he's got some real popularity, and I think the left hates it, and that's part of why they're so against him. But Trump also does a lot of stupid things to push your buttons and make them hate him, and that's one of the reasons I don't like Trump. All right. So I just watched Biden's last speech in Philadelphia. I've mentioned that before. That man is a joke too. As far as Trump goes, his enemies are real. They have indicted him and trying to put him in jail. Yeah, I think his enemies are real. They are going after him. They don't stop going after him. And honestly, even if he is guilty of all the stuff they're trying to say, which I got some pretty strong feelings on January 6th. I'm not going to go into that at this moment, but we can't have freely elected leaders and then go after them this way, because anybody else that wants to, it's going to make it hard to get quality people to even want to lead this country. If these can be the repercussions, if people don't like you, they're going to keep going after. Trump has the support of a large part of the country. It's not a cult. I wish we had somebody better than Trump, but we don't. And a lot of people like him. All right, somebody else that's actually It's at fake account. So this might be a fake account. Oh, there's my robot vac is going around, so hopefully it don't make too much noise. I couldn't possibly disagree more. People who specialize in cult behavior. The cult conversation have spoken about this topic at length, and that information is available. Beyond that, here's an aspect that's always been striking to me about politics in general and Trump in particular. I've voted every single election I've been eligible for since turning 18 in the late 90s. I've been since the early 90s. I voted for Ross Perot. It's the only person I voted for until this 2020 election that didn't actually win the election. I have never owned any political swag for anyone I voted for at any level. No shirts, no flags, no buttons, no hats, nothing. And I think the overwhelming majority of people doing that are doing something you yourself criticize in the video. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't do any of that. Instead of voting for someone because a celebrity tells them to, they view the politician as the celebrity. Trump isn't a politician to them in the traditional sense. He's a rock star to them. His policies barely matter. They're just mesmerized by him and would vote for him no matter what he says or does. There are a few people that are probably in that camp. I don't think the overwhelming majority of people actually are like that. So I kind of disagree. I'm voting for a person, not someone to build my identity around. I totally agree with that. I guess I didn't give a heart to that one before. And then, so yeah, I was hoping I had a reply to this one. So I wrote back to him. You leave me very confused on what specifically you disagree about. I am with you on every election not getting buttons, hats, etc. I didn't have time to really complete my thoughts on that one, but and just sent it. Hopefully, there's 1, 2, 3 replies. Let me back up. I thought it did say 3 replies. All right, yeah, it's only got 3 replies. I'm hoping there's a 4th one in there soon. Maybe he'll write back from his fake account. But somebody else wrote the original. Anyways, yada, yada, yada. Go get some sleep, and maybe you should learn about Biden. Yeah, I guess I kind of did that. I went and got some sleep and tried to watch some Biden speeches, which left me. All right, anyways, you can please come to my channel, look through all the comments or whatever, or comment yourself or check it out. This video is going longer than I kind of hoped for already. I'm going to pause this and go check out my YouTube studio so I can show you what little I make. All right, for those of you that don't have your own YouTube accounts or not YouTubers, this is the screen that comes up when you bring up the YouTube studio. I'm desperately trying to get back to my 12,000 subscribers, and this video actually has given me some subscribers that I'm proud to have. Whatever new subscribers I got right now, I'm a little bit more proud of, I think, than some of these other ones. Because if you got a minute, go check out my shorts and flip through my shorts. You can see I've had one that went viral, which is the biggest reason for my success. If you look at my channel, I really don't have much success in any of my videos, and I've done okay with some shorts. So this is the video right here. My thoughts the morning after the Trump thing. I got 2,100 views. At this point, I can click on it. I can go to analytics and shows me that I have 2,174 views at this point. Shows a graph of how long most people watch. Most people don't watch very long into my video. And here's the interesting thing as of lately. This is the real-time feedback on who's watching my video. And you can see over the last 2 days, the video's like 3 days old. So, it's climbed up. And, last night I was getting a bunch of views. And all of a sudden, when I replied to those couple comments this morning, it died off to basically nothing. And if I look at my last 60 minutes, it's starting to pick back up just a little bit. I got 6 views in the last hour. So that's kind of what's going on now. I'm 25 minutes into this video. This is definitely too long. And let's go back. All right, I pause it because I don't want it to be too boring and keep you interested. But here you can see how much money I've made on this video. This doesn't show what I made yesterday. So on the first 2 days, I made 30 cents. If things go well tomorrow, it looks like for every 1,000 views, I should make 50 cents. This is something I haven't actually noticed before. It's like right here. So maybe this video will end up making me a whole $1. So I don't know. You know, we're definitely not in this for them. At this level, I'm definitely not in this for the money. It's just hobby for me, and maybe someday it'll take off, and maybe I will make some money, but I'm not expecting to. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just a regular Joe trying to express my opinion, I guess, that may or may not be right. So if you like this, please like and subscribe. Like I said, this is my first area of some success, so this will motivate me to try. Maybe I'll try a little bit harder. Let me know what you think of this video that's a little bit unusual and different with the way I kind of just use a screen capture. But I don't know, when you do everything, you can get bogged down really quick in editing and making videos, so you won't get much accomplished if you don't have a lot of help. And if you're only making $1 a day or 50 cents a day, nobody's going to want to help you much. So this is the best I got for now. So please like and subscribe, and I'm out for now.